One of the first questions every NICU parent asks is, how long will we be here? The thing is, no one can give you a clear answer. You're on the path without really knowing exactly when it will end. Hi, this is Never Too Early. Today, we're talking about the three specific requirements every baby needs to reach before doctors finally say yes to going home. During the NICU stay, there is really only one goal: going home. The earlier a baby's born, the harder it is to predict when that day will finally arrive. Late preterm babies, born around 34 to 36 weeks, might only need a few days or weeks of monitoring. Many go home well before their original due date. But for extreme preterm babies, born before 28 weeks, the stay is measured in months. 4, 5, or 6 months is common. Some stay even longer. There isn't a fixed date for hospital discharge on a calendar, but there are requirements for it. When these requirements are met consistently, that is when the going home conversation starts taking place. The first requirement is breathing. To go home, a baby must be able to breathe completely on their own. No ventilator, no CPAP, and usually no nasal cannula. And they must be free of what the team calls events, apnea pauses, or sudden drops in heart rate for a set period of time, usually several consecutive days. One event resets the clock. This is one of the hardest part to wait out because it can feel like the baby is almost there and then not quite. In our journey, our son spent his first 7 weeks alternating between a ventilator and CPAP. Then he spent 3 weeks moving between CPAP and a nasal cannula. It wasn't until week 12 that he was stable on the cannula. Also, we actually went home with an oxygen tank. It is a common bridge for some babies, but he was fully off of it a few weeks after coming home. The second requirement is drinking. The baby must be able to take in all their calories by breast or bottle without a feeding tube. This sounds simple and natural to us and for most full term babies, but for a preemie, it's not always easy. It requires coordinating three still developing skills at once: sucking, swallowing, and breathing. These reflexes don't naturally work together until around 34 to 36 weeks of gestational age. So, for extreme preemies, it takes time and practice. We started breastfeeding training more as mom and baby contact around 26 to 27 weeks of gestational age, so about 3 weeks after the birth. We tried almost every day, and it became a bit more like actual breastfeeding only around 36 or 37 weeks of gestational age. By the time we were discharged, he was on a mix of bottle and breast, and it took a few more weeks at home until he moved fully onto breastfeeding. The final requirement is weight. The target weight is 2 and 2.5 kilograms, but this number isn't just about size. This number may represent the baby gained enough body fat to regulate its own body temperature outside of a heated incubator. Around 1600 to 1800 grams, many babies move from a closed incubator to an open warmer bed as a test of thermoregulation. The 2 to 2.5 kilogram goal is the final confirmation that they can hold their own temperature independently. Our son had a dramatic weight journey. He was born at just 600 grams. He hit 2 kilogram at 10 weeks and 2.5 kilogram at 12 weeks. But even though he hit the weight goal, his breathing and drinking weren't ready yet. So we stayed until his original due date when he became a proper chunky newborn size of 3.6 kilogram, which is 6 times heavier than his birth weight. Over our 4 month stay in the NICU, we watched so many babies and families come and go. I saw babies who left while they were still remarkably small because their lungs and feeding skills matured early. Others, like my son, needed much more time to reach the size and capability to go home safely. He left on his original due date 4 months after he was born. And some extreme preemies stay even beyond their due date. And that is just that baby's own path. Some babies just need more time. There is no who's going home sooner competition, and there's no prize for it. The only prize is for your patience, and it is going home safely. One of the hardest things about the NICU for parents is that you cannot rush it. I know how much you want to be in your own living room, cuddling with your baby in your own chair. Hold on to that hope. The day will come. Whether it's a few days, few weeks, or a few months away, it will come. Thank you for being here. I'll see you in the next one. This is Never Too Early.